everyone reads. The difference between you and us, we read, you read. But after you read, Allah puts a pearl on top of your eyes. He said, well, I don't understand what you're talking about, because as far as I'm concerned, the fatwa is that you cannot stand and read folding your hands. This is shirk. He said, really? And when was the last time you read namaz-e-janaza? He said, 2 weeks ago. I said, so what happened on the first takbir? He said, we read salah. I said, and what happened on the second takbir? He said, oh. Dude. Maybe I should say, Imam, stand behind him, kick him in the back. When he reads namaz-e-janaza, on the second rood, he should sit down. I said, you folded your arms or you had your arms like this? He said, I folded my arms. I said, you were standing up or you were sitting down? He said, I was standing up. I said, it means that in namaz-e-janaza, you read salam standing up with your arms folded. When you did salam, Allah put a parda before your eyes. It means you read and we read. But after you read, Allah puts a parda before your eyes. Now you tell me, ask any Salafi, ask any Al-Hadith. They read and we read. But Allah accepts our reading. That's why we read even after namaz-e-janaza. These people, they only read symbolically because Allah wants them to show them that even I can make you read. If I want, I can make you read. You know, there's a joke in this respect. There was one person, he was standing by Data Sahib, he said, Data, bhook lagi hui hai. Yeah, Data ganj books lagi. Data ji, bhook lagi hai. I'm very hungry, give me food. And, you know, people used to come and say, chalo ji, fakir hai, isko khana de. They give him dinner. So every day he used to say, Data, shukriya, shukriya. One day, he was waiting all day, and nobody came and gave him food. He says, Dada, come on, please. I'm hungry. So one Salafi was passing by. He said, yeah, what are you doing? That's mine too. He's in his grave. What is he going to give you? He said, Baga, what are you asking, Dada? Here. Here's 10 rupees. Go and buy some food. I will give you. That I can't give you. He took 10 rupees and he said, Dada, Subhanallah. आज तक तो ईमान वालों से देता रहा, आज तूने बता दिया कि बेईमानों से भी दिलवा देता है. From up to now, you have been sending moments to give me. I have seen you are a great wali of Data Sahib. You have organized my meal to a beiman today. So they all do. Ultimately, they all do. You know, at the end of the day, karte sare ne, but Allah puts a parda before their eyes, and they cannot see. So thinking of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in your namaz is amle sahaba. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that your namaz does not break. And forget about looking, forget about thinking. Let's talk about talking. This hadith is narrated in Bukhari and Muslim. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was reading namaz, and he was reading Asr namaz. And instead of reading 4 rakats, he read 5 rakats. And on the 5th rakat, when he sat in tashahhud, what would a normal imam do if he's read 5 rakats? The Prophet ﷺ, he should have done Sayyidina Sahib, isn't it? But in namaz, tashahhud, he turned around and he said, Sahaba, did I read 4 or did I read 5? Now you tell me, if your Imam Sahib did that, he would have had his orders. End of contract of employment. No. Sunnah Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, one person came to the office to me. I said, what kind of Muslim? He said, I'm Ahl Hadith. I said, really? That's bid'ah? You can't be Ahl Hadith. He said, no, we believe in Hadith. I said, there is a Hadith that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's grandson, Hazrat Imam urinated in his lap. So you believe in this hadith? He said, yes. I said, then go and tell your grandson, beta, I don't know. You believe, you're Ahl Hadith? Come on here, urinate on my lap, because this is what the hadith says. We are not Ahl Hadith, we are Ahl Sunnah. That is why the Prophet ﷺ didn't say, alaykum bi hadithi. He said, alaykum bi sunnati. I leave my sunnah with you. So there's no such a thing as a creature known as Ahl Hadith. And if there is, then you should get your grandchildren to urinate on you. Anyway, so what was I talking about? The Prophet ﷺ was reading. He said, Sahaba, did I read 4 or did I read 5? Oh, The Prophet ﷺ had so much knowledge. The Prophet ﷺ did this to teach his ummah. Did I read 4 or did I read 5? Now even the greatest mufti in the world, the greatest muhaddis, the greatest mufassir, the greatest faqih, he will never talk to anybody in his namaz. If you talk to anybody in your namaz, what happens? Huh? You finished. But the Prophet ﷺ talks to his sahaba. And what did the sahaba do? They said, Astaghfirullah. No. They said, Ya Rasulullah, you read 5. So what does it mean? Forget about thinking, forget about looking, even talking to Rasulullah in your namaz is something which is the sunnah of the Sahaba. The Prophet ﷺ, and this is in Bukhari, the Prophet ﷺ should have said, and Muslim, he should have said, it is not allowed to talk in namaz. But no, the rule is, when anybody else talks, you shouldn't talk. But when your Nabi talks to you, you should respond to him, even if you are reading namaz. So therefore, talk about thinking, I have proved; looking, I have proved; talking about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yeah. Good question. The question is that when we say Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin, when we mean Ali Muhammad, who is Ali Muhammad? Is it Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or is it just the blood family of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? You see, there is two things. There is one called Al and there is one called Ahl. You see, Ahl and Al. Ahl Bayt and Al are, according in some aspects of Hadith, they are same, and in some aspects they are different. Because Al is also said to, known as family. Ala Fir'aun. Doesn't mean the blood family of Fir'aun, it means the bradri of Fir'aun. So Al also comes as bradri. So who is the bradri of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? There's a hadith in Muslim Sharif. He said, Kullu taqiyyum wa naqiyyum min Ali. Every pious person and every leader is in my Al. So yes, when we say Al, we mean not anybody else in the Ummah other than those who are pious members of the Ummah. And who are the pious members of the Ummah? Who are the pious members of the Ummah? The awliya kamilin. So we say, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin, oh Allah send, and of course Ahl Bayt, they have awliya amongst them. So we say, oh Allah send salat upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his awliya, his Ahl Bayt, and anybody who is pious. Min taqiyyin wa naqiyyin. As long as you fall in that category, you fall into this category of being read salam upon. Salam upon. Any other questions? The engine is starting, I can see. For oral questions to papers, doesn't matter, you can ask them on papers, there's absolutely no problem, inshallah.
हमारे बहुत से बुजुर्ग बैठे हुए हैं जो अंग्रेजी नहीं समझते
जी जी
उनकी थोड़ी सी थोड़ी सी गुजारिश ये करूँ कि उर्दू में आता है एक बात और दूसरी ये नमाज के बाद हम लोग पहले सुन्नत वाल जमात है कि दुरूद पाक पढ़ते नमाज जुमा के बाद या वैसे माहौल में दुरूद सलाम पढ़ते इसके मुताबिक
बहुत अच्छा सवाल है कि you asked me to say in Urdu now. I have to change the gear. You have many Urdu speaking ulama. MashaAllah, your own Maulana Sahib speaks better Urdu than me. लेकिन क्योंकि आपने फरमाया, वैसे मैं कोई बड़ी दिलचस्पी की बात बताऊँ, तमाम अदब अपनी जगह पे है. बुजुर्गों को इंग्लिश नहीं आती, लेकिन जब सोशल सिक्योरिटी का फॉर्म भरना होता है ना, सारी इंग्लिश आ जाती है. ये तो मैं खुशतमी के लिए कह रहा हूँ. माशाअल्लाह, जरूरत इजाज़ की माँ है. कोई बात नहीं. उसमें यह है कि बात दरअसल ये है कि सलात दुरूद पाक पढ़ना इस्लाम में जो निज़ाम इबादात हैं